The following podcast episode might contain coarse language and subjects not suitable for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Apologies if the art this time around is a little lacking than previously. Me and Vampire has been very busy as of late with other stuff, so here's what we have done so far, so it's not leaving you with nothing. Anyways, enjoy this meme.
Here we are. Welcome to Casa de Andy. What do you think?
Damn, bitch. You live like this?
Live from a not-so-sleepy little town comes a podcast for a mobile game. Really? Anyhow, your hosts, a content creator and an artist trying to come up with wild ideas while also talking about whatever. It's the Goosebumps HorrorTown TerrorVision podcast!
Welcome back to the Goosebumps HorrorTown TerrorVision podcast. It is I, your host, Grim, and my co-host.
I sold out years ago, and I'm a huge coward.
Is that referencing
now? For those who know, you know.
Yeah. Better than the I am Steve. I am Steve. Oh, God. What? Have you heard what was going on with that movie? It blew up. It's like made $300 million already, and the horrors I hear watching that film, everyone's like,
it's actually gotten so bad. Like, I actually remember there was like this one video where, just near the chicken jockey scene, they had to shut down the entire movie just to let out a warning. Like, if you start throwing popcorn or start shouting at the top of your lungs or whatever, you will be escorted out of the theater.
Some crazy fuck decided to bring a live chicken during that scene. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What
I've
the
seen
fuck's
that
wrong
too.
with
That's
you?
crazy.
Like, I swear
And then
to
there's like
God.
fucking avalanches of popcorn everywhere. Jesus Christ.
And you know what's weird
But-
too is the I am Steve bit. They changed that from the like you could keep that from the trailer. Nah, it's changed it slightly, so it's like oh.
Yeah, meanwhile, with the Snow White movie, the only action you'll see is like a rustling tumbleweed.
Weird Barry, yeah, the good riddance. The Barry, it's weird. The villager was voiced by Barry White. Was it Barry White? I think that's his name, but it's famous actor. Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, I recognize the voice, but I didn't know, but I couldn't exactly put a name
I think
on
it's
it,
Barry White. Let me just see here real quick. I think that's his name. No,
And
that's
then
that's
Alex,
a singer. What's wrong with me? Hold on.
and then like the Alex and the fucking post credits.
Come on. Give me the voice. Who is it? Matt Berry. That's it. That's the guy's name. Matt Berry.
Because I think you may have mistaken his name with like Betty White for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Even though Betty White is unfortunately dead, but
yeah, I still love that. And then you got one of the pig characters sound like a weird character there. I think, oh my god.
Hey Malgosha.
Yeah. And then they put the tribute to Technoblade in there.
Yeah,
Is that
I
pig
noticed that.
like is that a king? No, he's a legend. It's like cute. Mind you, by the way, just for closure, I did not watch the movie. I just saw
I did.
I
saw the movie.
In theaters?
Yeah, in theaters.
Is it as bad as they were describing it, or like were you like how
Actually bad? No. I lucked out and got like the most calmest thing, like not as calm as like Charlie's, because this was during the and by Charlie I mean Charlie White from Moist Critical, but
yeah.
Anyway, his experience was that this was like near empty. Like this was like Snow White levels of empty, because this was when it was still, just released.
Yeah.
But I got mine. But my experience was like it wasn't like filled to the brim with like crazy fans or anything. It was just like,
Gen Zers,
like there's still
whatever.
kids and stuff. There's still kids and stuff in there, but like it was like very incredibly calm. And when we got to the chicken jockey scene, there's like maybe like maybe 2 or 3 people who are like, "Chicken jockey,"
I
as
don't
quiet
get.
as they
Yeah,
can.
I still don't get that. I thought it was always a meme or something. I don't know. But I mean, good for Jack Black. I guess he made his money back.
Yeah,
Um,
and then some.
and then some. But to be fair, like that, it made more money than the Super Mario movies to show you how big Minecraft is, right? So it's just insane.
Yeah.
I didn't even know how he made a movie, but there you go. By the way, just fun fact,
It
folks. This is premiering. We're doing this on the 26th of April, and the episode 15 is premiering as we speak. So I had to do it yesterday, and I'm premiering it now. So it's a little bit later than before, but this is a unique experience. So I might be talking to the chat while we're doing it. So
uh,
mind broken
movies.
there. Anyways,
Speaking of movies, though, you know the whole problem with like Coyote versus Acme and how that thing did like get off the ground
yeah, they finally
because
got their ass, and someone they bought the rights, and it's only because I think because of the movie that came out recently, the When the Earth Blew Up, that 2D
yeah,
animation that was successful. So they're like, all right, fine, we'll do this, right? Because for the longest time, Warner Brothers had this weird thing where they were just killing off. I think what was the problem was they were focusing their attention on trying to get like a lot of kiddie content, and they decided to change their direction now. So yeah, it's cool that we
yeah.
finally get to see this movie. Maybe we'll get to see other things that got shelved, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm curious to see how well this is, because from what I was told, for what we've been told, that apparently this thing it's good. So we'll see.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. I would love to fucking see it.
Yeah. So other interesting news, but before we jump into our Goosebumps talk, there are a few things I wanted to talk about. So, internet news wise, this happened yesterday, by the way. So this is recent news, and our the guest stars we had previously, one of them was excited about this, but they've made the announcement that Helluva Boss is coming to Prime Video. And as well as they confirmed that season 3 and 4 has been greenlight for Has Been Hotel. So yeah, we got a bunch of that stuff there, and they explained the reason why they're doing Helluva Boss this way, so that way it gets funded, like the episodes get funded fully. And how it works is that it's going to premiere 1 month on the actual premiere or Prime, and then 1 month later it'll be put onto YouTube for everybody. So it is a 1 month exclusivity, basically, deal. But big news about that is that now Hello Boss and Has Been characters can go alongside with one another. So there's collabs.
Well, I mean, it is a shared universe, so I expect that type of shit. Like,
I
I would
know, but
expect like eventually one of those.
legal wise, they couldn't before, but now they're like, oh, now we can. So they were joking like, yeah, fuck it, we'll do it now. Here's Moxie and and Luna. Here are these characters, and Alistair.
I kind of expect like a crossover episode, something similar to like the fucking Family Guy and Simpsons one, but it's
That's
just like
probably
within the
yeah.
Helliverse.
It's probably what it is, but to be fair, Helluva Boss was referencing when it comes to the other episodes, like the other, Has Been Hotel, because when it came to, I think when it came to the trial episode, they had all these sins, I guess, lords there, and the only person that wasn't there is Pride, who they mentioned is like, oh yeah, that's Charlie's father, because they had the little ducky there. It was just like, oh no, be back whenever.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, a little nod with that. So it's like, yeah, kind of figured, but yeah, cute regardless. But I keep saying cute, but the wrong words. But I don't know. It's just my vocabulary.
I fucking love Mammon's character in that whole series.
Which one?
Mammon.
Yeah, my mom.
He
Yeah,
was the fucking clown.
yeah. Wasn't he voiced by the guy who also worked with he does YOLO, and he also did the show with Psychic Pebbles.
Michael
That
Cusack.
Michael Zuzak. Yeah, so that's the voice of my mom, wasn't he?
Yeah, Michael Cusack.
Yeah, and I think
I fucking love
Zach
Michael
also made
Cusack.
the appearance in that episode when he was there. He's like, he's like one of the demons in the background because he has such a nasally voice. He's like you can't not miss him. He's like he's there. He's there in spirit.
I love Michael Cusack shit. Like one of the other things I really liked that was have you ever heard of Koala Man?
Yes.
I fucking love Koala Man. I want more episodes of Koala Man. Like that like when I first heard about Koala Man, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And then I like look into it, I'm like, oh my god, this is the greatest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah. What's funny?
And
What? Yeah. So I guess there's not much with Helluva Boss. The only reason I was bringing up Helluva Boss is because our introduction with the first episode we talked about the first season premiered. It's like and then we talked about the controversy of that one guy, and then it's just like he brought that thing back again with with Roxanne, but that I thought
yeah,
make a mention of it, right? So
yeah.
there you go. So there's that. Another thing that happened is Glitch Entertainment, who does, the Amazing Digital Circus and then Murder Drones. Murder Drones finished its season fully, so they had a new show come on in its place, and they recently did the pilot episode for it, and I think called Gaslight District. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Not entirely, no. No.
So I have.
I think I only got to like a quarter of the episode or the pilot.
So the premise behind this is that this is basically taking place in the future where basically humanity's gone. What's left is these like creatures, like zombie mutant things, who they
Yeah.
don't die because the Gaslight District is this purgatory area basically, right? And they're separated from heaven and hell, and hell is supposed to be this hellscape kind of area. Right, I don't know. They don't really talk. Again, it's the pilot, so it doesn't really talk much about it. But its main focus is on the Smiling Dead Gang, which is talking with Breadhead, Moss. Trying to think of the Cleaver guy. I'm trying what his name is. I'm sure it
I
comes. I could look it up. And then the main character, which is Melody or
wait, I
Mel.
thought one of the characters' name was Mud.
Yeah, Mud. Mud is the zombie looking character. But
Yeah, he was the goopy one.
yeah, the goopy guy. I like Breadhead. He was fun. He's a classic too. But I'm trying to see if I can find out God, can you just tell me the characters? No? Okay, cool, thanks. I'm gonna have to look at their merch. The merch will sell me. The merch will Ken, that's his name. Ken the Butcher. That's the other character's name. But yeah, so it's revealed that there's a legend that apparently there will be a human born out of this egg for after 1,000 years, and supposedly bring down the end to the creatures or whatever you call it, right? It turns out
Yeah.
Mel is this human, and supposedly she's been keep on getting herself exposed from people, so they had to basically kill them. They can't. Here's the thing: you can't kill them off. So what they do is they basically like sink you down into the waters with everyone else. It's like, oh, this is my life now. I'm in hell, right? So so Mel had this idea of basically faking to kidnap an egg, pretend it's a human, kill it, and then be like everyone will just not think much of her as the human, right? But yeah, and
Yeah.
then it's like Ken knows the truth behind Melanie's secret, but the other two are
I
pretty
thought her
much
name was like
non
Melancholia.
Melancholia, yeah. But just by fun fact,
Melancholia.
the name of that actually came from the gorillas on Melody Hill. So that's confirmed that that's where they got that name from. It's like that interesting. But yeah, so Mel basically. And I love how when it comes to Glitch, that they're immediately when the show comes out, it's like merchandising. They got already set up, right? You got plushes, you got bags, you got figurines. Like Jesus Christ, man. And the one thing I'll say about the show, like the animation, my God, they've been getting so good with the animation as of late. It's fucking amazing with these guys what they can do, and especially because it's multiple different people. I've been seeing YouTube videos of them saying, "Hey, this is what I worked on," right? And it's like you hardly see anybody like it mixes it together well nicely that you don't realize that it's done by different people. Right. The only complaint I think I've heard people said is that it's very like it went by too quickly. Like there was no real, and I get it too because this whole episode was supposed to be kind of like a quick synopsis and type of thing. So there's not really a development of the characters that we get to know. It's like kind of like hey, here's a little thing like that, right? But it worked for what it was, right? You get a kind of interesting idea with some of the characters, but yeah, some background and all that stuff and the some of their personalities and whatnot, but it's interesting. I do like the premise behind it and the not the lore, but I guess the whole premise behind the show. And it'd be interesting to see how this turns out. But during this time, a lot of people were like, "Where's Amazing Digital Circus? I want Amazing Digital Circus. Fuck this show." And it got to the point where Gooseworks was being pissed off. It's like, you know what? Every time you complain, I'm going to hold off another month. How about that?
Oh yeah, that's gonna
Fuck
teach
your
him a
Amazing
fucking.
Circus. Give them a chance, right? And I think it was done by God, what's his guy's name? I gotta look it up. Uh, his name is Nick Zipoko, or the he, I don't know his real name. He goes by what's your come on, dude? What's your online he's a Canadian, by the way. I did not know that. Part-time Seagull. That's his online known thing. So he has animated scenes for Helluva Boss, basically the 3D animation versions of it, and he's known for the Gaslight District. But yeah, Glitch, I'll give them credit for what they do. I do like the fact that they kind of have this YouTube kind of like, I guess, they're you know what they remind me of? They're kind of like A24, but in YouTube lore. You know what I mean? When it comes to animation stuff, so it's like independent indies. It's interesting, right? It'll be interesting enough if we ever get to a point. I, I don't want to say anything just yet because this is still in the back burners, but we may or may not have been doing some stuff behind the scenes while we've been waiting on the non updates for this game. Which, by the way, we won't be too worried about just yet. If we don't get a Halloween update, that's when we should worry. That's when we know the game is dead officially because they have not missed a Halloween update yet. But long story short, we are working on something, and it'd be interesting if we ever actually got to a point where the ideas ever turn into a show that gets picked up by these guys. But you know, they're living the dream, living the dream, maybe in the near future. That'd have been interesting to see how that turns out. But only me and Vampire knows what we're talking about. You don't. Maybe in the near future you will, but maybe we're just making stuff up on the fly. You never know, right?
Also, I'm kind of a little pissed with you right now.
Why? What did I do? What did I do?
Okay, so I kind of want to dedicate this small segment to Mr.Ring A Ding
Oh,
from the Doctor Who show
okay, yeah.
because this motherfucker right here, he got me obsessed with this fucking character because he showed me a clip of the cold open for the second episode of season 2 of the new Doctor Who, and I was obsessed with Mr.Ring A Ding for a long while.
Okay, for those who are confused about what he's talking about here, let me give you some synopsis background. So last week, which was during the long weekend, they premiered the second episode to the season to Doctor Who for 2025, which had the new Doctor on there. I think he got introduced last year. And supposedly what I've heard is that they've done Doctor Who's been doing pretty well as far as the episodes go. It's not like how it was with the
Not
other
really, no.
characters. From what I
No, it's been going downhill because the actors or the people who are in charge of the show thought it was a good idea to try and tell people, oh, if you don't like
yeah,
the show, then don't watch it. And that's
yeah,
exactly what happened.
yeah. I mean, but I'll give a credit. They seem like they're trying their best to try to win these people over because I guess I don't know, something like that, but we'll see. But we'll bring it back to what we were talking about here. So the last episode that got released was Lights Up, I believe it was it's called. And one of the...
No, it's called Lux.
Sorry?
The episode is called Lux.
Lux, okay. So
I've seen the episode.
so the episode itself, it's interesting because it takes place 1950s-ish, and supposedly
1954.
1954. So a group of moviegoers disappears, and they don't know why. Then they meet a character by the name of Mr. Ring A Ding, which is his 1930s. The best way to describe him is basically like Cuphead-esque style, but it's this weird bug character type character, like human character. And at first, they're kind of looking at him as just like, wow, you're a living cartoon character. How the hell did you get out here? And he's just like, well, I don't know. Maybe if you find out, maybe you'll help find the character. Like, because they were wondering why the people disappeared. And I was like, well, maybe if you find the explanation
I
why
just
I'm here.
appeared and they disappeared.
Yeah,
If
maybe
you saw
you can
that
figure that
mystery,
out.
those poor souls
Yeah.
back.
So basically, he has his slogan, which is "Don't make me laugh," right? So. And it's like, wait a minute, why not make you laugh? And then it turns out he has the giggle. For those who don't know the giggle, it's basically ha 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 type of.
Don't make me laugh
Yeah,
because it sounds
like
like
this.
this.
Yeah, so that's the giggle basically. This every enemy, like the Maestro, the toy maker that was the first one to get introduced with the episode The Giggle. That's
The gods of chaos, essentially.
That's their tag, their signature. They're kind of like oh shit, oh shit,
calling card, if you will.
the hallmark. That's it. So it turns out that this guy's a harbinger to the chaos gods, and he is the god of light. And it makes sense.
Territory.
Yeah, the god of light. And yeah, so basically he's obsessed with it because again, Vampire loves cartoon characters, so every time they give him an excuse for a cartoon character, he's just like, damn it. And there's
I especially love those of the rubber hose style.
And there's a reason why too, because again, currently working on something in the background, and I'm hoping this year I get to announce what it is, but you'll see why, like when this whole thing comes out in the future, you'll be like, oh, that's what they were referring to. So hopefully we might do that in the future. But yeah, he's assisting me with helping design somebody, and he designed this character based around this. So again, I'm getting him in his ballpark. I'm getting him in his nice spot. I'm just like, I'm reeling him in this idea I got going on. So, but some people might get an idea what doing, but we'll see, right?
I also actually designed a character concept for a goddess of light, which is the Titan goddess of light from Greek folklore, known as Thea, I believe.
Yeah,
and
I'm showing it. I think I'm showing it right now, if I'm not lazy.
Yeah, and her whole aesthetic is that she has a few butterfly aesthetics because Thea has some ties in with another Titan named Helios, who is the Titan god of the sun and her son. Get it? It's double entendre.
Entendre, yeah.
Anyway, because the butterfly aesthetic part is that butterflies are actually attracted to UV light, which is often given by the sun.
Yeah.
But her main whole shtick is that she's not only the goddess of light, but she's also the goddess of sight, vision, and the brilliance of gems, which is why she has like a few bit of gems like adorned on her outfit.
Which, by the way, the way they got I say Ring A Ding, but it's not really Ring A Ding. It's basically the god of light taking on the form of Ring A Ding. But they basically got him by using the sun against him. He's like, the sun! I must get the sun! And what's funny is that they described, like, they were going on the life of creation. He just turned, yeah. It's funny how it's
like originally,
they don't
actually,
mention,
like,
yeah,
before he got really interested in the sun, his only obsession was the fucking atom bomb.
Yeah, because
he wanted the most savage light of all, which was to basically nuke the entire planet into this big ass radiant nuclear light.
Yeah, but he can't leave because he still needs the projectors, right? So he's like, I need to be physically whole, right? This is why they put the gods to you, so they
I
can use it
never
for
go
me.
outside.
Yeah, go get them, girls. Yeah,
Yeah, he basically
it's
like
funny too
keeps the
because
projectors as like his female henchmen or something.
yeah, which is funny, this
But
inanimate objects, but yeah. And they also talked about the
the outside
projectors of
looks like
why
plus.
he's working with this goddess of light is because he's promising like, oh, I can bring your dead wife back, but you gotta work with me, right? But it's
Like I
interesting
scratch
too.
your back, you scratch mine.
Yeah. You're not telling them about a little secret, do you? I wouldn't want to have the film burn up your wifey poo. No, please. Yeah.
Mr. Reginald Pye, are you giving away my secrets? You know how flammable old film stock is. What if your poor little lady wife just burned?
Yeah, I love him. A lot of people love that character immediately when they show him. That's why I showed it to
Oh
them.
yeah.
I'm just like, come on, man. Yeah, I love it too because I would like to imagine that the Light of God is the cartoony character, but he's not. He's just taking on the form of this cartoon character, as you've seen in when they were getting away. The Ring A Ding thing played in the background. It's like, God damn it, I gotta do this. I gotta dance.
Dang it, I got no choice.
I'm in
Mr.
the
Ring A Ding.
ring.
And then when he like finishes the first half of his song, he's just like, "I'll get ya," and then he just
Yeah,
continues the second half.
yeah. I
And
love
then
how
like,
creepy he can be, Tope, because at the like when he was introducing himself, he's just like one of the creepiest line, I am the last thing you see before you fall into the abyss, which is true. When you think about it. I'm like, damn, that's pretty dark to think about.
there was actually this one scene I also liked where he was like, because of all of his dancing and shit, he got so exhausted when he was climbing up the fucking stairs. He was like, "Ugh, I was so big when I arrived. I should have never learned perspective."
Yeah. Because here I come and everyone fucking screams the street.
Here I come.
I wonder what happened to the other character that he was talking to originally, because he was like, "Oh, okay, I'm just gonna, I guess I'm gonna leave now." Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck's going on?
Oh yeah, Sally Sunshine or
Yeah,
Sunshine Sally.
yeah.
I remember.
What are they gonna do? Like, how are they doing that? Hey, you have something to say to me, buddy? Yeah, you glasses. I'm
What'd you
talking
say?
to you. How
It's
are
like
they doing that?
this is kind of silly, isn't it? What did you say? Yeah, you with the glasses. I'm
How are
talking
they
to you.
doing
What
this?
did you say? What, me? Don't make me laugh. Yes, you.
How
It's
are
like,
they
how are they
doing
doing
this?
that? Well, if you're
Yeah.
not going to tell me, then I
Then I
guess I'll
guess I'm
just have
gonna
to
come
find
right
out for
in.
myself. Get ready, because here
Here,
I come.
it's like I love it too because that is fucking terrifying in real life when you think about it. It's stupid but funny. That's what me and Vamp.
Oh, yeah.
This is
For
our
sure.
forte. We love this shit. That's why Goosebumps is our jam, right? But
This is why we're obsessed with Susie Snowflake.
yes,
This shit is the reason why.
and and a maybe a future character, but we won't say why just yet. But again, secret project. Shh. Soon, but not
Hush,
now.
hush, hush, hush.
All right, so talk about one last thing before we do the our past event thing, if you want.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I got nothing.
April
So,
was a big month because they finally revealed in detail the Switch 2. And immediately people
oh
got
yeah,
pissed the fuck off when they found out the price of the damn thing and what they were doing,
oh
very
yeah.
anti-consumer practices. This reminds me so much when the Xbox One came into fray. The whole anti-consumer DRM bullshit, the price and the thing. The fact that Doug Bowser himself immediately said, if you were too poor to afford the Switch 2, you can have the Switch 1. And like that's beautiful to tell your fucking consumers that don't buy our product if you're poor, you fucking poorers.
Okay, this reminds me so much of Pokimane, but I'm gonna get to her momentarily when you're done with the whole Switch thing.
Okay. So, anyways, it finally went live for. We were supposed to have it back on the 6th, but then they had to postpone it because of tariff situation. But they ended up disregarding that and was like, okay, we're back online for April. Although we're in Canada, so it doesn't really affect us per se, but because it's like, oh, we don't want the Americans to come over here, so it's like we're gonna hold off. Going alongside, okay? But Yeah, nothing's changed apparently from the price. But to give you context, because this is talking about in American prices, but Canada up here, it's $600, almost $700 for the actual pack-in price. And Mario, the biggest fucking thing people are talking about is Mario Kart World being cost $80 which is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's
To give you
crazy.
context, that in Canada is $100 for a Mario Kart game, which looks not that great. There's no reason for the fucking upcharge at all.
Bruh, that's fucking nuts, man.
And they were like, "Oh,
That's nuts.
don't worry. The direct is gonna talk about all. They gave us a reason why it cost $80. It didn't do that at all, none at all. And a lot of the stuff
Really?
like
Not a single fucking explanation? Not
no,
one?
this stupid shit we probably already figured out already. It's like, oh, whoopee. Nothing that would justify the
Wow.
hike up price at all. And then they like, oh, we finally got the Discord app finally added onto our console, and it's like a reserve button, but you need to have like Nintendo Plus in order to have it work. So it's like, oh, good. So you have a useless button unless you give them more money. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, I have suppose I have income that I can get this thing if I want to, but I did not out of principle because there's no fucking way. It'll be very interesting to see how this turns out at the end because yeah, it's sold out. That was obvious. All the systems ever get sold out immediately on day one. It's going to be moving forward for the rest of the year how they're going to do, especially when it comes to Christmas time when it's like that's usually the big sellers. It'll be interesting to see how that turns out because I have a feeling that this is not going to work for Nintendo as they think it's going to at all because again, here's a reminder: Nintendo Switch, like the 3DS as well as the Wii U, got sold out already, like when they first came out, and those were really horrible systems when they first came out. They and then
Yeah.
the one of the reasons for why the 3DS failed was the price, but also because there wasn't games coming out for the system, so they immediately cut the price down and they had games available. So it's like okay, so they saved that console. But when it came to the Wii U, there was no saving that system. It was fucking Doom on arrival. So it was like no one fucking wanted it. It was fucking confusing. And the Nintendo Switch 2, it has games coming out for it, but my god, the anti-consumer practice is horrible. Like the physical console, like the physical games now, they don't have them anymore. They have these fucking stupid key cards is what they call them, where you just put it in. It's this fucking placebo effect where it's like, oh, you have an idea that you got a physical copy, but you really don't. It's all like you have to still download the bullshit. So it's like, why even bother, right? So a lot of these console manufacturers are updating their games to basically is like, oh, here's the games that we got going on, and all of them are basically fucking you have to download regardless. The only official for now third party that actually has it going on the actual cartridge is CD Projekt Red with their Cyberpunk 2077, which is
Yeah.
dumbfounding. The fact that that game running on the Switch 2 had all its content in one fucking cartridge, there is no excuse for anybody to say, "Oh, we can't do that." Bullshit, you can't do that. The fact that that game is like with a lot of gigabytes tells you bullshit. So anything lower than that, bullshit. Bullshit. Yeah.
Like
So
this is one thing that like this whole anti-consumerism type shit it just really fucking pisses me off. Like why in the fuck would you make it your sole mission to drive away customers as opposed to attracting them? That's like the most fucking ridiculous thing ever.
yeah. And you know what's worse and this is the worst part for Nintendo too. They never fucking lower the prices at all on their games. So they're gonna stay that way for God knows how long. That's the worst
Because
part
they
about it.
know that there are a lot of people who would just pay up their noses for it anyway. So
And I
of
love it.
course they're not going to
And
lower
then,
them.
and of course you got people go like, "Oh, but my inflation." Not to be confused with the other inflation, but yeah, like the inflation thing. Yeah, things go up in price. Things are not what it used to be like years ago. But here's the difference between that.
Back in
Things
my day,
go
you
up,
could get 30
but
pounds of kitty
minimum
for
wage.
5 cents.
Yeah, but here's the thing that didn't go up: minimum wage. That's still what it is. So that's the problem. we got to a point now where we used to have a middle class, but now that's shrinking ever so slightly. So now you got poor people and rich people, which is bullshit. So really, we're in this shitty timeline over here. Like,
Which is a perfect segue to talk about Pokemon.
$5.
Oh god, that takes me back.
Yeah. I don't know if you cut
Back in
that
my
in
day,
though.
back in my day, 5 cents can get you 30 pounds of candy.
Yeah. I don't know if we kept that in though. I might have just did a quick kind of synopsis of what went on there. But yeah. A rant. Long story short, rant. Pokemon bad. Pokemon bad.
The takeaway from this is that don't listen to them.
So much for keeping politics out of my system.
Well, here's the thing: we haven't really mentioned anything. Well, actually, that's a lie. We did.
You
We
lied.
mentioned socialists.
That's why
I
it's
was
been.
told
That's why
supposed
it's
to
all
lie.
been cut. I let you keep it in, but you know, that
Well, here's the
Roddy.
thing: like everyone can agree that stuffy rich people suck balls,
That's
right?
fine. Yeah, that's
Unless,
fine. We can do that.
yeah,
Stuffy rich people suck.
yeah,
Boo.
that's mainly the takeaway. Like the main takeaway is that stuffy rich people
No
who
matter
think
what
they're better than
politics.
others
No matter the
suck
politics.
balls.
Boo. Yeah.
Like, yeah, there might be some politics sprinkled in there, but the main takeaway is that stuffy rich people suck balls. Unless
Yeah.
you're a stuffy rich person, then we're talking about you, so you can go suck it.
Yeah. Anyways, regardless of that, let's talk about fun internet things. Let's talk
Yeah,
about
speaking
the
of
thing.
internet,
Yeah, the internet. It came from the
now's
internet.
the time for the perfect segue for the past event.
Yeah, it came from the internet.
Huzzah!
Yay! So this update was somewhat interesting, especially when it came back again because we got a little bit lore of why. I ended up helping with this, but I had to fix some of the screw up when it came to the wordings on things because when it first came out, my God, was the update like ooh boy. The thing wasn't there properly, like we didn't have a proper logo, the characters were all like not working properly, right? It's just and then when it finally came into the special book, it's like finally we get an idea of like, oh, okay. So like for example, the spider character wasn't done by Bucks, it was supposed to be Brownstein, but because Mark and Brownstein were like exclusives behind a paywall, they're like, well, shit, we can't do that. So only Rachel was the one
Well,
that got turned. Despite in the actual update, they confirmed that the blue one was Mark and then Spider was being controlled by Brownstein, who
yeah, Rachel was the one who actually designed Spider
yeah, I did
because
I did that. I made that story up. Yeah.
yeah, because I remembered that like the relationship between Rachel and Mark is that Mark was the programmer and Rachel was the artist.
Yes. And Brownstein is the Jack Thornton of this. The guy from
Oh,
yeah, the
you mean Jack Horner?
Jack Horner, yeah. Why would you do
Well,
this,
I was gonna say he
Brownstein?
was.
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
I was actually gonna suggest that he was kind of like a teacher of sorts. Like he was trying to help them with like, or especially Mark with like his programming and stuff,
This
since he was also programming shit.
this Doc
But
Brown,
he
Rich
also just
Sanchez
kind of
looking
like
motherfucker,
he
who
was he
actually
was
supposed to
kind of
be
like
Junkenstein.
he was almost kind of like Yokai from Big Hero 6 to me,
Yeah,
except more evil.
yeah. What I hate about him is that there's no rhyme or reason for his reason, like for why he's doing what he's doing. He just does it because, like I said, because fuck him. That's why. The purpose. It's like, what is the fucking purpose? I don't know. You're fucking insane. That's what you are. You're insane.
I know that in my AU for HorrorTown, I had the concept where Bronstein reprograms Spider, but Spider becomes all glitched and distorted, basically turning into something similar to like Spamton G. Spamton.
Yeah, I love that. Now's your chance to take a
Which is like,
big step.
now's your chance to die.
Yeah, Mike. uh, yeah. This concept though was interesting because of the memes that came out of this too when I was doing it. Like the way they get Spider at the end is using a big boom box of basically what was it? Got bicycle, gimme fuel, gimme fire. Got
Barbie girl.
Barbie girl. And then we ended off with the and I love and then the poster
Yeah.
blows up. I had to add the explosion there. It's like yeah, the Marty's just like, what did just happen? It's like, me no words, me good grammar. Love that little joke I did there, which is stupid, but yeah, I love it too because this was also this was the time that they referenced both um RB Faraday as well as the Shock Street series because they're
Yeah.
name dropping like movies and whatnot. It's like in lore
Yeah.
movies. I know what that is, right? Yeah, it's,
Oh, I've heard of the beast with two brains
I know that.
or
Oh,
three
me know
brains.
that. Me know that. But yeah.
Oh, did you guys see Attack of the fucking Water Zombies?
Oh fuck yeah. Hell yeah. The Congo the Beast vampire.
The
Yeah.
fucking lair, the Vampire King.
Yeah. The Beast with three brains. Yeah, I love that.
You know what's really like? There's one thing I just noticed about like a lot of RB Faraday's movies.
Mm.
A lot of the movies just have like X of the Y
Hey,
formula, you know?
well, he's the scariest man alive. That must work. That the formula works. So it's like, why not? Why not do it?
Yeah, but you think you'd like like change up the titles of the movies a little, like still keep the concept and everything, but just like
Yeah,
change the titles a little.
yeah, I know. I think we talked about. Did we talk about? We did talk about Shock Street, didn't we? At some point in the future, in the past.
Yeah,
What
I'm
episode
trying to
was that?
remember which episode that was.
I don't remember. Oh no, that was the cat episode. Now I remember.
Oh yeah, the Night of a Thousand Claws.
Yeah, yeah, that one. Way too long ago. I feel like we're just gonna be talking about stuff over and over again. But yeah, it's interesting because of the memeage, the loreage type of thing. Like the fact that, you got the masked mutant there briefly talking shit behind his back. Man, the masked mutant sucks.
Yeah, and then the mass mutant just like, what the fuck
Stands
did you
there
say?
like, like, yeah, like as Libby though, and then they fuck it up in the future. Like, why is he telling it? It's fucking stupid. Sometimes they fix things and they don't fix things at the same time. The lore thing I added in there, the fix, like the why the hell would not Spider, fucking Fleshman help Brownstein in this situation? And I figured, I was like, okay, it's because, and mostly this is because of you. I'll say this was because of you, because when you were drawing Spider, you were drawing him with like, my little pet alien. You don't fuck with him, and he's like, derp kind of little design there, right? If you remember that image.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, it's
This is
like,
my spy.
don't you
Yeah,
talk to me or my spider ever again.
yeah, yeah. Derp. And then it's like, what was that guy that came off with the whole, I only knew Spider for like 10 minutes, and if anything happens to him, I'll kill everyone in this room and then me.
Yeah.
So I basically made it so that it's their weird alien dog thing. Like, it's like, oh, it reminds me of my pet at home. It's so adorable. I mean, I can't let the human know this. My true intentions, right? It's like, imagine if you go to an alien species and their monster is like this like puppy, and it's like, I gotta help them for the
I,
dog.
I find it kind of funny because I can like how like the fucking body squeezers came to Earth in like fucking meteors and shit.
Yeah,
Like I can imagine like just like their entire species are just like riding around in these meteors and shit. And Fleshman at one day is just like walking on a meteor with a spider pet,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's like
definitely.
on a little leash and shit.
Yeah, basically that's what I see it as. And to be fair, it's not that like it is cute looking in a weird, nasty alien look kind of way, but it's funny though because it's like yeah, they just turned them into fucking like the little like whatever those space creatures, I guess spawnlings or whatever you call it, the squid monsters. And
Yeah.
I had to explain. It's like I imagine it's like oh, it's like I'm catching fish or something like that, like to make them think that they're they're under the spell, so they don't know that what they're doing at the time. But I do love that when it's just kind of like trying to this figure this whole story out, especially trying to fix everything back, like the explaining how they got the glitched version because he ended up saving a backup copy and they got the glitch copy and then Fleshman pretended to be a agent and is like I need to grab this for review purposes. And then give it to Bronstien, and Bronstien is like playing 4D chess. It's like he knows everything was gonna happen in place. Like he just knew, right? And it's just like
Yeah, I kind of figured that he would have like the same mentality as like fucking Rick Sanchez, since he's like inspired by him a bit.
yeah, especially his fucking portal gun thing. Like that obviously was a Rick Sanchez move.
Yeah, yeah,
Morty.
obviously.
Yeah, I made a spider, Morty.
Morty,
Yeah.
Morty, we,
Oh,
we we gotta go. We gotta go, Morty.
Spider. I mean, Spider Morty. He's real. Oh, geez, talking to me. Why would you do that? Because I'm evil. Sorry. I'm evil. They're doing my evil plans.
He's gonna do my evil bidding, Mark. I'm
I'm
evil,
evil,
Mark.
Mark. I love that joke. He's real.
He's real. He's evil. He's gonna
Yeah,
do my
I'm
evil
evil, Mark.
bidding,
I'm
Mark.
evil.
I'm evil, Mark.
And then he fucking does this like gamer thing. He's like, "What? You bunch of noobs?" It's like I think Dr. B hates us for some reason. Yeah, good scrub. Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking
I
gamers.
love the jokes involving Spider. They're great.
Yeah, it's like, well, don't you adults blame me for this? There's a virus. Do you wish to proceed? I'll say yes. And I write down life primers. What the fuck are you doing? I don't know. Yeah, don't you adults lead me onto this? Yeah, I love that. Just
Like
like
I could
everyone
also
playing the
imagine
game.
like a scene where like not Bronstein, but Mark and Rachel, they like confront Bronstein. Is like, Bronstein, did you fuck with our program and made him evil? And then Bronstein was like, he just shrugs with his big ass goofy
Maybe.
head.
Why you thought it was cool?
And then like I can also
No.
imagine like
Well, I
as
guess
soon
that's
as like
turning you
as
into
soon
monsters then.
like I can imagine like as soon as Bronstein does the Rachel and Mark are just like, oh, you card.
The Fozzie. Ah! Waka
And then like in the
waka.
last scene, like Spider like crawls in to try to eat the two.
Yeah, waka waka. Aren't I a silly goof? uh, yeah, he squeeze out of the computer
Oh,
screen
you,
and stuff. Yeah, it's funny
oh,
too
you
because
jokester.
yeah,
I'm not dead.
yeah.
I'm not
I,
him.
I love it too because Fred Spidey basically knew who Doctor B was. He's like, oh yeah, he's a fucking nut job. We made fun of him back then. Like even I thought it was great. And then he goes to talks to fucking Shock of all people. Like yeah, go whatever, old man. He's like, what do you mean, old man? You're the same age as him, probably. Maybe I don't know. Get with the times, old man. He's like, motherfucker, you like he makes robots for a living. What do you mean?
Like, oh, yeah, get with the times. I use computer AI.
Yeah.
Oh, I think one of the most stupid things involving Bronstein is like uh during the full fever event. I remember where Mrs. Eakins was like answering questions about who can and can't eat candy, and
Yeah.
Bronstein just fucking says,
Just 'cause
"Can computers eat it?" Like,
it's like,
bro, what
you
the
dumbass. No, of course they don't. It's like, oh, no, because
fuck? Like, did you shove candy inside your fucking computer or something, you dumbass?
oh, it's broke. Like,
My
why would you tell
computer,
people that? I'll turn my computer
like,
into monsters. Because it's
my
software.
computer is hungry, and shoves like a fucking cheeseburger in the disk drive.
Maybe he was asking because of this fucking AI monster spider thing. Is like, maybe if the spider eat the thing, then maybe he becomes super monster. The big brain mode. I know that was so stupid too. I love
But
that.
then, like, Miss Eakins is like, no, computers can't eat candy because they don't have mouths.
Did we actually
And
talk
so
about the sequence at all? I think we did. I think we did. We must have.
oh, oh yeah, we did. It was it was during the Weirdo Halloween.
Yeah, it was the Halloween update. Yeah. So yeah, we were already forgetting our old videos. What can we say? Yeah, I love that though. It's just like memes. Oh fuck. Yeah, I mean, I will say that I do love that update. A lot of people weren't happy with the end prize being a cake, and there's just like, I get it was the second anniversary, but people are like, why fucking cake? It makes no sense. It's just like, because anniversary, because it's the
Yeah,
second
right.
anniversary. If the cake was themed to like Spider, then maybe that would be cooler. But and then they had the. I will say though, the fucking promenade looked badass. I liked it. The fact that there's like little spider webs there, and it was like neon. It was like this weird, like
Oh god, yeah.
90s esque kind of like thing going on there.
I
The
love
internet
like
cafe.
okay. I will say that I was also working on a project during this event called Spidera, and I had the idea for Spidera to be like an alien planet full of these humanoid. Well, the planet itself is called Chrysalis.
Yeah,
It's gonna be, and it was like filled with like all these insectoid, humanoid type creatures, and one of them is are known as the spiders, and they live in this 80s inspired neon utopia where the lights are actually like their spider silk
yeah,
that they can actually use to like travel between different locations within the city.
yeah,
It's actually pretty cool. I'll show pictures,
yeah.
um,
Send it over to
but
me so I can show you pictures of it during this talking thing while we're talking here, because I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen it on on the DeviantArt page, unless this was done offline. But yeah, so you could do that right now, so I don't forget. But one of the
but
things
yeah,
I wonder what this video game they were making. I know it was called Spider, but like, what was it like entail? Like, I kind of imagine it kind of being like a Doom-esque style, like 3D in that
I
way.
think it was more of like Space Invaders most.
Yeah, but 3D. And I would imagine too that your main character is like a fucking mouse. Because why not? Because you're going with the pun with a spider, so it's like, why not, right?
No, I feel like the idea with Spider is that it's supposed to be like he was supposed to be like some sort of space alien creature.
Yeah, kind of like, you know what it is, kind of like Rinstar or whatever that fuck that game is. The God, what was I think it's Riskar, I think. But there was a game that's kind of like a Space Invader shooter esque kind of top down shooter, and there was like this monster character that kind of comes every now and then. It's like, oh shit, here it comes, right?
Right.
But maybe that's what the spider was supposed to be kind of like, that kind of boss character, right? Because they were talking about how, it was weird the spider was talking. It's like, I didn't get that. But apparently this is a multiplayer game, so there's multiple people who can play this, supposedly,
Yeah.
according to the lore of this game thing. So there's that. I'm
Right.
trying to think too. What else was in the story that was interesting to talk about? I swear to God, we probably will forget about something and it'll be like, oh damn it.
Mm,
Oh, God, I will say this update has a lot more for us to talk about with a lot more fun stuff to do. But as far as Like the other ones, though, it's kind of harder to go for, but this one at least has some context. Like the items that they introduced were interesting too, as far as like one of the items you get is like the like an advertising for the spider game, and then you have
Yeah.
what was it? Dustin and Eric doing the spider dance while they were wearing the masks, which is I thought that was kind of cute. I love it too. This game is coming out, and immediately they're like, "This is the best thing ever!" Like we're getting, it's like the mother. This came out. It's not like this is a series of games. Like this came out out of nowhere, right? But whatever. I guess a game's a game. It's a bit, a video game is a video game. What do you mean? How did you get a copy of the game before anyone else? Because we're special. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like
Wait, you're
fucking
the.
Salma
Wait,
like
are you Rachel?
a reviewer for video games or something.
Yeah, you Rachel, the Rachel from the game I heard about? Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Salma was like a video game reviewer or some shit.
Yeah, her
I guess
fucking
she got
user,
like an
her
early
use like
copy of Spider.
the forums, like the username already there. It's like fucking hell. Like she uses her full name, like she's a dumb kid because she uses her full name as her avatar, like her as her username. It's like you mother stupid. You're so stupid. You got yourself doxxed. Good job, kid. This is taking the 2000s ish. I don't even know what decades it's supposed to be taking place because it's supposed to be the 90s, but then they go ahead and gotta have like fucking modern phones. So it's like, and then they mentioned it's fucking 2020, so it's just like I don't know anymore.
And then they have like fucking 80s aesthetic with the neon game shit.
Yeah, and the big phones, and it's like talking about how land, like this new thing called like the internet. But,
Yeah.
but then they got this is why I love how there's different people, different chefs in the kitchen because they fucking don't know the lore like we do. It's like, no, you're fucking the lore up. Oh, I thought it was a nice thing. No. uh,
I kind of like the concept where getting back to Spidera for a moment. So the concept of the story within Spidera does take place within like the future, but the civilization of the Spidera, they inspired their civilization within the 80s era on Earth
yeah,
because that was the most fascinating to them. And the thing about the galaxy that they live in is that every creature within the galaxy that they all live in, they are observers of Earth, but they don't go anywhere near Earth because they believe it's cursed. And the reason why they believe it's cursed is because of the constant hostility within the what they call the Earthens.
yeah,
And I also like this concept they came up with where uh, they have like a shared universal language they call Earth and Prime, which is just basically English, but they
yeah.
just call it Earth and Prime.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm the we're doing this while also like having a the premiere of the thing, and there's supposed to be like I'm not gonna mention who they are, but there's like one person who's like this kid who's this obviously is a kid who who watches the Snoopy thing because that's the only goddamn game they got going on right now. And then he comes on to my podcast. It's like, why you swear? It's just like warned you. You're not supposed to be watching this. You're not supposed to be here.
Well,
This is for the older people like
well,
us, or people
well,
or
hang
kids
on,
who
hang
can
on.
check their
There are
phones.
disclaimers.
There is a disclaimer in the morning. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's your problem. That's not my problem.
Yeah, we put disclaimers.
Yeah, you
That
gotta
we
be smart.
basically don't have responsibility.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too. By the way, like I know that there's other like kids know swears, so it's not like they were stupid or anything like that. But most kids are smart enough not to say anything because it's like if like if you're stupid enough to be under 13 when you come here, it's like I'm never 11. YouTube is like banned. Out you go. We physically can't have you here because then we get sued by the government. Sorry.
Well, well, hang on. They're still like YouTube is still trying to open YouTube for kids as well.
Yeah, they have an option for kids. We're not the for kids option. We're for the 13 and up. We're for teenagers. For the preteens. The cool kids. The adults. The sad losers like us.
the neck-beard losers who sit in our rooms in the basements and
Non-ironically,
complain.
has fedoras. Go, my lady.
Yeah, we have our fancy fedoras for the miladies.
Well, to be fair, I'm the only one with a fedora, kind of. I was wearing it before the whole thing came into style. Okay, now it became a fucking meme, and I can't take it off.
What's
So,
embarrassing is I actually have something similar to a fedora, but it's a fucking trilby,
yeah.
and that's typically what a lot of people confuse the neckbeard fedora with is a fucking trilby.
Fun fact: the guy who was like basically, from what I understand, the fedora my lady thing, the image there a lot of people use, that
Yeah,
was taken. Somebody was doing pitch, like basically this was an actor and he was taking photos for like a, you know how they usually have like Photoshop, like what do you call it, those pictures that you show directors to be like, here's my shots, right? They're gonna be like, this is the things I can do, like my face on anime, right? So there were extra
yeah.
things for the
I think they
film.
call that a portfolio.
Portfolios, yeah. So he was doing a portfolio, and he's like, "There's extra film in the set." So he's like, "Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'll play around." So I had a fedora hat, and he's kind of doing this thing because he liked the Goodfellas, and yeah, he didn't pull it off that well. And that particular guy in question actually played Pugsley in that god awful Addams Family Reunion movie, the one with Tim Burton in it. Oh no, not Tim Burton. Sorry, the Tim Curry. So
Right.
yeah, so yeah, the fun fact, that's who that guy is. So the only reason I know is because he came out and basically said what the whole thing was. Like, yeah, no, this is the story of why this happened. So now everyone's like, he's a neckbeard, my lady guy. I feel bad for him, but
It's
sometimes
funny.
you become memes out of like not due to your, you know, sometimes this happens, right? So, I think that's about.
Sometimes you meme. Sometimes you either meme or live long enough to become the meme.
Yeah, let's do the Batman thing. Yeah, God. Yeah, there we go. Um, I think that I don't know what else we could talk about when it comes to this particular update, honestly. I think we talked most of everything, unless we're forgetting something. But I can't think of anything important. Mm. Do you have
Because
anything?
of I know that because of the event, I got really into like dark synth. That's like the synth wave, but like with a very darker tone.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
And
interesting. It is interesting.
you yawn.
I
Yeah, that was
look,
really
dude,
interesting. Yawn. Yeah,
dude.
yeah, good story.
People in like, anyone who watched my channel knows that I have to yawn. If I don't yawn, then it's the end of the world. This is the first time in the podcast history where I fucking yawned. Most of the time,
Well,
what
actually,
happens when
here's
I'm
a fun
doing it?
fact about yawning.
Yeah,
The reason why we yawn is because our brains can overheat, and yawning cools it down.
yeah, that makes sense. Especially why you get tired is because your brain is working too hard. It's like, nah, go to bed,
Yeah.
dumb dumb. Like,
So there's like this one artist I got really into called Perturbator, the Perturbator, and they do a whole bunch of dark synth type music. And one of them I really liked is called Raw Power. Oh,
yeah,
it just sounds so fucking great. And when you listen to it, you will definitely pick it up on that.
yeah, I can imagine for sure. Still, I can't believe like that. It's like, why even comment that, man? Why you swear? I'm not a kids channel boy, dude.
I
I
feel kind of
know I
bad
play
for like
kiddies games, but most people who watch my content know, like, if you're an adult, know that you shouldn't have your kids watch my channel.
don't let your kids watch this.
Yeah, immediately it's that meme from from
Don't let your kids watch it!
God, it's like, well, don't.
Lazy Town.
Yeah, I swear to God, I probably just did that right now because I thought that would be funny. Immediately, don't let your kids watch it. Right? Yeah.
But anyway, I got nothing.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's it for now. I mean, Maybe in the future we might come back and talk about these again because, at some point we're going to run out of ideas. We're going to be
Yeah.
really stretching it because they don't have any fucking updates because I don't know why. They don't even they don't let the game die. They fucking lived on like life support. It's like, it's a vegetative state. It's like when it gets out of its coma, maybe it's like, okay, yeah, and then it goes back in its coma. It's like, it's spooky month. Goes
I
back in the
mean, we have ideas.
I know we have how many
Basically,
ideas
season
now?
2.
16 updates so far, and they didn't do any of it. Come on. Well, speaking of, we should probably talk about the number 16 in a minute, don't we? Right?
Oh,
So let's do that then. All right, we're back. So, having a lot of fun. But now let's talk about your update. So the last we left off, we made a clip which was a Family Guy one where Peter was trying to get ants to fight each other and then ends up killing, like dying at the end of it. Peter, I told you
I
not
told
to.
you not to play guy with those ants.
Yeah, that one. And it's a fucking dead giveaway what it is because there's only one fucking book that has it. So say it.
Awesome ants.
Yeah, and look at the cool background he got going on there. He has so many cool art. Like, basically, he did a cool. This is why I love you as an artist because it's like it's so fucking official. Like, I don't know why you don't get bought. Like,
Shucks.
oh shut.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, keep playing. But no, but I'm serious. Like, the logo is cool as far as like the little ants and whatnot there, and then the background art. Like, he even went as far as to go, like, what if it was an old school, like 50s giant monster film, right? Because there was a
Yeah,
gimmick back in the old days, like in the, was it the fifth? I would say the 50s, like the whole gimmick of like, oh, radioactive happened, and now there's giant ants and giant bugs. Oh God.
actually, it's somewhere around the 30s or 40s
Yeah.
because the 50s is typically when they started introducing the concept of Technicolor.
Oh yeah. I mean, they got what, Eight-Legged Freaks was a movie I remember that they were advertising way long ago, like giant
Yeah, but
spiders.
that one was about that was the spiders. The
Yeah.
one that I was referencing with the awesome ants is actually from a movie called Them.
Yeah. What's funny about, I remember the episode that was, I love how they made an episode based on that particular episode. That book, the short story. And it's like near the end, it's like, I had this bad dream. It's just like, oh, the ants are here. And then you just see a bunch of ants at the top. It's looking down. It's like, like, okay, well, that's cool. Don't talk about them. That's silly. We need to give our like food pellets. Yes,
Yeah,
feed. Yeah, so I'm curious to see what your story is about. So I'll leave the floor out to you, and I'll make comments every now and then, but I'll shut my mouth.
I will say that how I do imagine like if this was actually a thing, what I would imagine, you know the horror anniversary that we did where they had like a specialized animation for it.
The horrific anniversary, you mean, or
Yeah, that one.
yeah, the one with he shall not be named. Mister, I made the
There would
horrible
have to
book.
be.
I made Slappy a PDF file. Yeah,
Anyway,
that update. Yeah, okay.
anyway.
Yeah, let's ignore
So
that. Mister, I love cupcakes.
I could imagine it. I can imagine the same thing with Awesome Ants, but like it would start off as like being like film grainy, and you see like the ants approach Dustin, and during the whole time, the music in the background would be like the opening part to Creature Features "The Meek Shall Inherit the Earth."
Nice. I like that. That'd be cool to see.
Yeah, like that was the only thing running in my head while I was working on this,
So who's
and
the? Yeah. So I'm curious. I guess you're gonna tell us all the like the items and whatnot, but I'm curious.
yeah.
Who's the new character gets added into this? Because I'm not sure who would you add. Like I'm not familiar with the story. Hell, I don't even watch. I didn't even watch fully I'm a true Goosebump fan. I know, but I didn't watch the Awesome Ants. I just know the ending.
I actually read a read through as well as watched the episode. And this event is going based on the TV episode. So that's going to be a complete fucking uh, deviation from the current formula of the events going on with Goosebumps HorrorTown. Because where a lot of them follow the events in the book, this one in particular is going to follow the events within the TV show. Because I actually prefer that one over the actual story.
And sometimes they don't even follow the book or the TV plot. They just make up their own fucking idea. It's like, nah, just throw the book
Well,
after
I
the
mean,
fact.
if we're talking about the trilogy, then yeah, exactly. But the
Yeah.
character that we're going to be introduced is goes by the name of Mr. Lantz.
No. I think I
Now,
think I saw a picture of him, but you just have to send it to me again. But yeah, it's
okay, so Mr. Lantz in the book was actually a biology teacher,
okay.
but in the TV episode, he was this eccentric exterminator.
Ah, I see where we're going with this. So, does he work for the same company as Keith there, or no?
No.
Okay. Yeah, Keith.
What was Keith's thing again?
I don't know. He wanted to live in people's basement. That's all I know.
No, 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 no. I mean, what was the company that Keith was doing?
I don't remember, honestly. It's been too long. I was trying to rewatch it again, but I didn't get to see it. I think it was something to do
Well,
with like I from what I understand, I think it was an exterminator or something, like in the sense of like he goes to the people's pipes, and this is an excuse to throw the Gronks. Is it the Gronks? Yeah.
no, it was Keith's Plumbing, I think it was. Hang
Yeah.
on, I actually have a
Yeah.
picture of Keith on my phone. Let me check real quick.
Let me live in your
Here
basement.
we go.
Let me live in your basement.
Yeah, it was Keith's Plumbing. He was supposed to be a plumber, and
Yeah,
he had like
and
a
he had
bunch
this
of like
stupid robot,
cool.
this shitty ass robots. We can build them, but we are on a budget.
We can build them, but
I
I
only
don't
have
want to spend a whole
50 bucks.
lot of money.
Yeah.
But Mr. Lance works for a company called Newcomb Pest Control,
Okay. I guess he comes with his
and
little bug mobile. Like what was it? Kind of like how fucking what his name? Dale has his little
yeah,
uh,
Dale Gribble.
yeah,
Yeah,
Dale Gribble has his little van. I guess he comes in
yeah,
somewhat
he has
similar.
like a van with like a prop ant on it.
Yeah, a dead prop ant. Is it dead or is it just on top? Like,
It's just like propped there, kind of
yeah,
like if you
yeah.
put like a stuffed toy on top of something.
The gimmick of like when you think of like an exterminator, it's just like yeah, they just have that on top. It's like oh that's an exterminator right there. Kind
But
of
yeah,
yeah.
Mr. Lance is a very eccentric and highly crazed exterminator. He's also kind of a bit of a conspiracy theorist, like Dale Gribble.
He kind of now I remember he's kind of like Dale Gribble, and he kind of has that. He kind of looks like that guy from Over the Hedge, that exterminator too, for some reason. I don't know why it gave me that vibes. But weird. So we're talking about like the alien sky kind of conspiracy kind of thing, like the guy on the wall, like that. You know that meme on the wall from It's Always Sunny when he's talking about like Pepe, and just like
Oh
the guy on
yeah,
the that kind of
Pepe
conspiracy theory going on
Sylvia.
there. There's a fucking guy named Pepe in this floor. I don't know where the fuck he is. Yeah. So kind of like that guy.
But
Anyways,
yeah, it's something like that.
that'd be funny
Um,
to see.
so the special buildings that are going to be involved with this event, the first one is the spawn scene, and that is the massive ant hill, and it's going to spawn 4 ants.
Are they all? I guess they're the same as far as things go, right?
Yeah, they're all the same because they're just ants.
Yeah,
They're
they're not
giant
special.
ants with like menacing teeth.
That's Larry. That's Betty. That's Carl. And that one's Bob.
That's Carl. That's also Carl. Supra. That's also Carl. Supra.
And that's Bob. Oh, that meme. It's just like this is Fakle Fankle, and this is Scaredy Pants, and then Larry. You don't want him to be there, Larry. Yeah.
Or like the fucking the Temmies from like Undertale's like I'm
Oh yeah.
Temmy, I'm Temmy, I'm
Oh
Temmy, I'm Bob.
yeah, yeah. That joke. Yeah, the joke of everyone naming the same except for one guy.
Yeah, except for like one of them who's just named Bob or something.
And they're
Something
talking
like
about Bob.
so generic, it's
Yeah.
funny.
That's usually the fun joke about it, but yeah, no.
The building that Mr. Lantz is going to come with is called the Nukem Pest Control.
Okay.
So that's his little thing of business.
Yeah.
The Awesome Ants store is going to be the crafting station.
Okay.
And the Awesome Ants Mega Deluxe Terrarium is the event-only supplier, and it drops ants.
Okay.
So the supplier you're going to get throughout the event is Ant Hill, and that also drops ants.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the currency are blue pellets.
Oh, yeah, because of yeah, I know why.
Yeah, because
Because of the
in the
food thing,
episode and the
yeah.
book, blue
It does,
pellets are the food for the ants.
yeah, and then yeah, they feed the humans the pellets. It's like you be the pets, and we observe
So
you.
the decorations I have listed, I only have about 6 listed here. So the first one is Lance's truck, a white windowless van with Nukem Pest Control logo on the side, a plush red ant at the hood of the van, giant ant, a giant ant that looks side to side. This one is a animated scared decoration.
Yeah,
Ant farm, a terrarium full of ants. Self-explanatory.
yeah.
Aunt Deb's ice cream shop, an ice cream parlor. So this all started inside the ice cream shop in the TV episode. So
What's funny is that they could reuse that. They had an ice cream shop in the beta, and then they got rid of it, and then they could really just use that again and just change it up to make it, that shop in particular. So easy.
yeah, that's true. They could just do that. They could save a few extra bucks on that.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, they're not using it for anything else, so why not?
The next one I have is massive ant eggs. I don't have a descriptor for that, but
Yeah,
the last
it's
one is plush
self-explanatory.
ant. The last one is plush ant, a massive plush ant similar to the one that sits on the Nukem Pest Control van.
Does Susie
And I'll
interact?
tell you, that
The,
fucking plush ant scares the shit out of me.
really? Can I see? it, does Susie interact with it? Andy, look at this
Uh,
new ant I found. What the fuck?
I'll explain why this fucking ant scares me the most, and like as soon as we get there.
Okay.
But now we get to the crafting items. So the first item on the list is, of course, ants.
Okay.
That's the law. The next one is the Awesome Ants Guidebook, and this requires 3 ants and 3 classic novels.
Okay.
So the next one is Awesome Ants Food Pellets. This requires 3 ants and 3 blue pills, which is funny because we just talked about the internet one not
Yeah.
too long ago.
Yeah. See, this is why it's connected. we
Yeah,
we try to
yeah,
connect things together as much as
yeah.
possible. It's all
The
connected.
next one, yeah, the next one is Awesome Ants Tank. That requires 3 ants and 3 components kits. The next one is, and you combine all that stuff together, and you get the Awesome Ants Starter Kit, which is the Mega Deluxe Starter Kit, and that requires 2 guidebooks, 2 food pellets, and 2 tanks.
Okay.
Uh, the next one is Turkey Dinner. This one requires 3 ants and 3 groceries.
All right.
The next one, huh?
No, keep going. I feel like I'm gonna be that guy from that one episode where it's just like, you want me just to list out all the ingredients? Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, we got ranch. Okay. And then, okay. Okay. And it's like, you got this? No, that's the only thing I don't got. Oh, no, that's what I wanted. Oh, thanks a lot,
Oh.
Duncan.
You got the French dressing? No, I don't got that. Oh, you don't got the French dressing? Oh, that's what I want.
Yeah, but I feel
Oh,
like that's
thanks a
like the
lot,
reason it's like
Duncan. I guess I'll eat this
dry.
dry.
Yeah, but they're always like, okay. It's like I feel like that's with me. It's like next is this. Okay.
Thousand Island dressing. That's a lot of
Okay.
islands, but okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, turkey dinner requires 3 ants and 3 groceries.
Okay.
Ants ice cream. Ant ice cream requires 3 ants and 3 ice cream.
Uh,
Uh,
you know what I was going to say? I'm sorry.
Ants burger requires 3 ants and 2 bread, so that way it makes a sandwich. Um, Massive ant feast is what happens when you combine all of those ones. So it requires 2 dick. I almost said dick. God damn it!
Addicted personality.
I don't know why.
Why, God? Why?
Because like, oh my god,
Is
I
it like
swear
a
it might be a
picnic?
little bit
Like
disgusting.
the meme of like ants going on a picnic, so that's like what it looks like, or
No, it does look like a little picnic scene, but it's overrun with ants.
and then we'll say that, and then you change your mind midway through, and he's like, "That's not what you
Yeah,
say. You lie.
yeah. Nothing is
You
official,
swear.
so I guess technically I don't know how it's gonna look.
Yeah, you swear. You lie.
You swear, so that means you lie.
Yes, you can't be
You lie,
twisted.
so that means you swear.
You can't be
Anyway,
twisted. Mm.
anyway,
No hurt feelings, by
when-
the way.
yeah,
Please
no hard
watch our
feelings. Anyway,
channel. Please don't leave.
we just think you're a little bit funny. That's all.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway,
We like the meme here. We like the meme everybody around here, even us.
yeah, anyone is fair game. I mean, fuck, we pick on each other all the time.
Yes, I remember the first day we started. You're like, I don't hate to be that
I
guy,
remember back in
but
the day.
I hate to be that guy, but yeah, I want to correct you. It's like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, I can imagine us like leaning back in like fucking old people chairs. Like back in my day, I used to call him a retard. No
And I call it a retard
regret.
too.
Meanwhile, in the background, you hear "Set the World on Fire" on like a fucking gramophone.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last item is called the Ant Killer Canister. And this one requires 2 ants, 2 cockroaches, and 4 chemical Z. This is also the drop item from the massive ant hill.
Okay.
So now we move on to the animations.
Oh boy, my favorite. Does Susie get to gets the Susie get to play around this?
No, she does not.
Aw. I feel like
The only ones,
I love how Susie's a meme now. It's like, is Susie involved? No, I'm not interested then. It
now
doesn't make
aside
sense. She's
from
a
the
Christmas character. I don't care.
usual suspects, the only people associated with this event are Brooke,
Okay.
Eric,
hmm
as in Eric Tyson, and then Mr.Lantz.
The nerds and the fat kid. You know what's funny? He's like,
So
he's not even fat in a sense.
he's
Like,
not fat, but
he's
he's not
chunky.
like super skinny either.
He's chunky. That's it. He's the kid that's like, I'm not fat, big bones.
I'm just pleasantly plump.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Lucy, Dustin, Marty, Brooke, Eric, Chuck, and Mrs. Dark all have the same animation, which is hide from the ants.
Run, children, run.
Somebody please think of the children.
The
Anyway.
yummy children.
Thanks, Mrs. Marg.
Thanks, this is
Anyway.
I love it. That's how you have to keep doing it. It's like,
Yeah,
everyone
pretty
has to have an
much.
accent.
Like even when we have to address her, we
Thanks, Mrs.
Marg.
Even a little girl, like even a little girl, thank you, Mrs. Mark.
Like I can even imagine, like even when you're trying to voice the characters, you just break character for a moment just to say Marg.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
especially when
I
it's
always
someone
do
like
that. That's a meme now. He still has a
like
stupid
especially
name.
when someone like Susie Snowflake is like, "Oh, what a pleasant and wonderful day. Hi, Mrs. Marg."
Yeah, I love that. Like, every time it like Susie sees that, it's like Mrs. Mark. Yeah, she never
Anyway,
interacted with her. Anyways,
so Lucy has read the guidebook, which drops the Awesome Ants guidebook. So Dustin has assembled the Awesome Ants tank. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is a Dustin story. Here's the clicker. Wouldn't
so I
blame
mean,
you.
obviously, yeah. If you didn't get to see the image, I didn't know that. Really? Oh, the cover art didn't give it
like,
away.
like I can imagine you editing in at some point, just like the fucking Family Guy scene is just like, here's the clicker. Wouldn't blame you.
Here's the clicker. No one would blame you.
Yeah,
Go ahead. There's probably something better to watch.
yeah. There it is. Go away.
Anyway,
I love it. You imagine it's like you had Dustin there. It's like, this is a Lucy story.
yeah, he does that with Lucy. He's like, "Yep, this is a Lucy story.
Yeah,
Here's the
go
clicker.
away.
No one
There's
would
the
blame you."
go away. No, I have to
So
do that now.
the next one is called Creepy Crawly Ice Cream, and this requires the Aunt Deb's ice cream shop, and this drops the Aunt's ice cream. And the last one he has is called Eating Turkey. Now, here's the thing. This is a little bit different because this is a walking animation that shows an ant and not Dustin. But this is a Dustin type
Animation. Yeah.
yeah.
That'll be interesting.
So
Just explain
Eating
a little bit.
Turkey just shows an ant carrying around a turkey with its mandibles, and it drops the turkey dinner.
Did he turn into an ant? Is that why?
No, it's
Okay.
just a giant ant like walking away with a turkey.
Oh, okay. So it's one of those, like, you know how like Lucy's like, oh, let's do the animation. He's got the other character there. It's like, why? Yeah. Okay. Good job, man.
So then
Turkey.
we have
Got a sense.
Marty. Then we have Marty who has feeding the ants, and he drops the food pellets.
Okay. Yeah. What?
Let's see. Mr. Mortman has refined taste, which drops the ant burger.
He must be in heaven. He's oh, giant ants.
Like
You
I
know
can
what it
imagine,
reminds
like
me? I hate to bring this up, but there's this fucking cringy ass meme where it's this weird fucking mobile game. I want to say Hero Warriors or something like that, where it's like I want to say Korean animated, but it's like this giant like anime character fighting this monster, and then she's about to fall down, and this old guy, this old guy,
yes, yes,
sees
I
the
was
guy,
thinking the same shit.
gets smushed.
I was thinking the same shit.
Grant,
But like,
has been waiting for this moment his entire life. Like Martin's the same thing. He's like,
yeah, but it's like a fucking ant. He's like, I'm so hungry.
yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
And then I have Mrs. Mark collecting ants.
For Mortman.
Yeah, exactly, because he has that refined taste.
Yes. Cockroaches is one thing, but ants, oh, that is something else.
Yeah, cockroaches, anybody could eat a cockroach,
That's a
but ants,
common folk animal, but ants.
they have that little bit of spice to them,
Especially
especially
the red
fire
ones. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, the red ants.
You got a little
All
bite.
right, so
Ooh, we got a little bite to it. Liver, no,
Mr.
yeah.
Lantz, Mis- Mi- Mr. Lantz has 4 quests or 4 animations.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, pardon me. So the first one is readying the
Unprofessional.
poisons. Huh?
It's like you burping, me yawning, unprofessional. Subscribe. Not
I know,
watching
right?
anymore.
So the first one is readying the poisons, which requires his truck, and that one drops his bruschetta.
Okay.
The next one is locate the queen, which requires the Aunt Deb's ice cream shop, and that drops the canned roaches.
All right.
The next one is have some ice cream, and that one just drops ice cream.
Yep.
And then the last one is go spray crazy. This one is an animation where he just like crazily sprays his poisons all over the place, and that one drops the toxic candy.
Nice. Okay.
And now, since we're done with all of that, we can get to the storyline.
I didn't realize that.
Now,
YouTube turned
unfortunately,
20
I didn't
today.
exactly finish the ending, so I'll just make it up as it goes, but I have a basic idea of where it's going.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because I was doing the same thing last time. So don't worry.
Well, the thing is, I have a vast majority of the thing written down, so.
Yeah, I made it up on the spot. I did a pretty good job for making the shit up on the spot. I'm like that kid who comes into class. It was like fucking, it's like one day before report due, and I just had to half-ass something up.
You're like the personification of I work well under pressure type shit.
Yeah. You pass.
I work great under pressure. Meanwhile, it's like 30 minutes before your project is due.
I'm like that.
You're just
it's like that
fucking
meme with the guy like doing speed runs, and he's like, "What?" like clicking on stuff. Just to start sweating.
All right. So the First part starts off with our good old pal Curly.
Meh.
Meh,
Yeah,
meh.
I love it. It's like
Now,
he's a
now I'm just
Waluigi.
reminded of the. Now every time we do that, I'm just reminded of that little universe in Family Guy where everything's so jagged, like, and they all just go meh,
Yeah.
meh.
Or Roger going, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, it's a meme. It's just, it's how
Yeah,
Curly talks. Every skeleton has to talk like that.
yeah.
Unless you're Sans. Sans
Every
is cool.
skeleton has to have some sort of Skeletor mannerism.
Unless you're
That's
Sans,
just the
yeah.
rule of the skeleton.
Unless you're Sans and you talk like Garfield. Hey, how you doing?
That's just the rule of the Spooky Boys.
That's just how it goes. All the time, they have to sound like that.
They have to sound nasally and
Despite having no
sound like
skin or bones. I mean, no, they have no skin or organs.
they have to talk nasally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but with a deep
Anyway,
voice.
Curly. Yeah. Welcome back, player. I have a new story to tell you. A story that will really drive you buggy. Let's turn our attention to Dustin Williams. Then cuts to Lucy. Wow, this ice cream is the best. Dustin. See, I told you this place had good ice cream. Yes, I know not to question you, Dustin. Then it cuts to Quest.
Pistachio
Lucy.
ice
Dustin.
cream. She's probably eating pistachio ice cream because that's the only one that got mentioned previously.
The fuck? You call it Patacchio?
Pistachio. Potassium.
You
No.
fucking call that shit Patacchio? Are you serious?
Yes. Me no
That's not,
word good.
that's not how you fucking say it.
I know. I do it just. I'm like Stewie when he says "Cool Whip."
Just doing that to piss me off.
No, I'm just being stupid.
Anyway,
But you know what I
Lucy.
mean. You know what I mean
Yeah,
in my own stupid way.
yeah. Lucy. Dustin, your ice cream, it's covered in ants. Dustin. Oh, ew, how did that happen? Lucy. I don't know. Dustin. Lucy, your ice cream has ants too. Lucy. That's disgusting. And then in comes Mr. Lantz,
Mr.
the
Mr.
man, the
Mortman,
myth,
I'll have
the
that.
legend.
Or they eat it crunchy. It's like, why is it? I didn't know we had sprinkles on this thing. That's not sprinkles. Those are ants. Eee. And then the Morton's like,
Like I
okay,
could have wait. You know that one scene where like Peter becomes like a horse breeder and like Stewie was eating the cereal?
yeah,
Like I can imagine like as soon as Lucy mentions that the ice cream has ants, Mr. Lantz is just like he goes back to eating the ice cream.
yeah. It's like but Mortman, the snotty nosed kids ate it. I'll take the risk. I'll take my
Anyway,
chances.
so Mr. Lantz comes in trying to save the day, like, don't worry, kids, I'll save you.
How do you think he
Then a new
sounds?
huh?
How do you think he would sound like if I had to voice him? I'm putting you on the spot. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to remember that one character's name. Because I have the idea of what the voice would sound like. It would kind of sound like this, but I'm trying to remember the character specifically.
What, like the nerdy guy from fuck what? I don't even know his name now.
No, it was a live action thing.
Oh.
It's starting to slip out of my memory because my fucking neighbors are assholes.
Then
Ugh.
you'll come back to it and you'll be like out of nowhere. You just say his name out of nowhere. It's just like that's who it was. It's like what the fuck? It's like a big jump scare.
I probably have it like in the comments as soon as it like pops back to me, but
Tom Hanks, that's who it is. It'd just be like that. But
Tom Hanks, that's
that's
it.
who it was.
Everything
That
he
was the
says
name
is
on the
a
ticket. Like he's
stitch.
funny. I have AIDS. Ah! Everything he says is funny.
I have AIDS.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
My God, is that what we did back? Why are they standing there? Look, they're doing it again.
so
Oh my
weird and
God,
creepy.
I think we used to. This like they're doing cutaways. Oh my God, is that what we did?
And the time, and you got, and that time you did you got, when we went to see Philadelphia. Oh, they're fucking setting up cutaways.
Oh my God, is that what we did? We just stand there like nothing. Yeah, I love it too. They actually timed it properly, and I love that key eye to detail. But what's funny about that
Yeah,
episode too is that at some point they're like, Oh yeah, now we do something else. It's like, oh, it's like I time whatever this. And he takes a cigarette. Do you think you have enough time for that? It's a long skit. Don't worry. We have enough. It's like 2 minutes. Don't worry.
I also like how they stayed true to the original animation from like early Family Guy.
Yeah,
I think that was a really nice detail. That
yeah. Like, why does Meg sound different? I don't know, but it sounds like someone who lost their big opportunity. I love that little judge. It's like, oh yeah. Yeah, oh well. Oh, this is. Oh yeah, I remember this. This is where Peter's weird, like glasses go over his nose. It's like, ew, look. Ew, gross.
anyway, moving on before we get too distracted with Family Guy.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, you know what? Then speaking of Family Guy, that whole
Oh my
like
god! Let's stop talking about Family
I'm
Guy, but
sorry.
while at the same time, let's talk about Family Guy.
Quickly. I'm sorry. I had it on my mind.
This episode is sponsored by Family Guy. This is the second time we've been infected with Family Guy.
Family Guy. Yeah, the last time was Herbert. That was your fault, by the way. But anyway,
yeah,
yeah,
it kind of was.
the Herbert approved episode. The God. Yeah. Recently, they discovered the pilot episode for Family Guy. Like the guy who edited it, he basically uploaded on his fucking page without no care in the world, and everyone's like, "Oh, Boss Media found." It's cool. Anyways, that's it.
Wasn't that the one where like Chris jumped out of? No, it wasn't Chris. It was Meg that jumps out of the window.
I think I don't know. This was when he got the check, the royalty check in by accident.
Because I remember like they tried to do a live action version of that, and I think like the actress like because it wasn't breakaway glass, she like suffered some glass wounds or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was real or not, but it looked pretty damn real.
Let's hope it wasn't. Let's hope it was all pretend. Anyway.
Yeah, I remember Seth MacFarlane's like, "Oh, that doesn't look good." No.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways.
new set of dialogue, Dustin. Who are you, Mr.Lantz? I'm Mr.Lantz of Nukem Pest Control. Hey, how are you? And then Dustin with like, hey, how are you?
Now I want his voice to be like that now. And get that SpongeBob like monotone. I'm Mr. Lantz.
Anyway, I can probably imagine Mr. Lantz having like a Tom Kenny accent going on.
That would be cool if he was there.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then Dustin, ... Mr. Lantz. Anyway, this place is nefarious for its ant infestations. You see, kids, ants are drawn to the aromas of sugar. Dustin. Sugar has a scent? Mr. Lantz. Not only does sugar have a scent, but the smelling capabilities of ants supersede ours by a large margin. And then it cuts to Quest.
Oh my god,
And
doesn't it remind me of that Invader Zim episode with the lice, with that one chick who's just like the lice. It's like that's all she talks about. He's like, she's right. They're a giant lice queen. You all have.
Well, here's the thing. Like, as far as I know about Mr. Lantz in the TV episode, he is fucking obsessed with ants.
Why would you marry him?
So,
I did.
yeah, he marries like a big ass ant.
I married all of them. They're all my wives.
Oh, you know what's actually really funny?
Yeah.
The fact that ants live in a matriarchy, that just makes it a lot more funnier.
Yeah. I'm reminded of that episode. No, that's weird too. By the way, I'm just reminded of that, like the King of the Hill episode when what Hank Gail Bale was trying to sabotage Hank's yard, and he's just like, all right, fine, spray your thing, and he kills everything on his plant, and he's fucking free. But anyways, during this time, he actually gets a queen ant. Like Bobby had a queen ant, and he gets sprayed by something, and he starts following the queen's orders. Like, yes, my queen must get sugar. I just imagine that thing.
Anyway,
yes, my queen.
And his fucking ant waifu harem.
Oh my god. Sweet Come to me, my pretty.
Anyway,
Oh, yes, this is hot. Oh, it's so hot.
I love to rub my hands all over exoskeleton.
It's like a macro versus a macro thing going on here. It's like, what the fuck's wrong with it?
Anyway,
You freak!
so it cuts to Quest and then goes back to Mr. Lantz. You see, ants use pheromones or chemical signals to communicate with each other. And then Dustin's like, dude, it just became the weekend and I'm not looking to study. Mr. Lantz, fair enough. Let me locate the queen. If you destroy the queen, you destroy the nest. Lucy, is it just me or does this guy seem, Dustin, nuts? Lucy, yeah, nuts. Dustin,
No,
what? Oh, no, I was making a mental note to get my ice cream with nuts next time. What were you talking about?
why did I know that was a joke you're going with?
Because that's how I know Dustin
Dustin, did
works.
you see that? Yeah, I know. The Annihilator 3000 is worth for $6. Man, if only I had the money. Not that.
He's such an easily distracted kid.
Yeah. Well, he's a kid. What do you expect? He wears the fucking Tim Tacoba sneakers.
I mean, yeah, he does
Yeah,
wear
yeah.
the fucking Converse shoes.
Yeah, the shoes that his mom hates. Not Dustin's mom, but actually Tim Tacoba's mom is like, oh, I hate those. That's why he drew them, by the way, because his mom hated them. So I was like, you know what? Fuck you, mom. I'm drawing them every time I get. What?
Oh,
Shoes?
you mean you hate? Oh, you mean you hate these shoes?
What do you think of my
Tim,
artwork, mom? You
stop
like
drawing those
it?
damn shoes in your artwork.
Yeah, that's right. You suffer. I got
Oh,
more.
wait, I can actually imagine a meme where like Jacobus's mom is just like, Tim, stop drawing those damn sneakers all over your art, and then like Tim going Converse go brr.
Yeah. No, you can't do that. Then I go brr.
Converse go brr.
Yeah.
Anyway, um, Mr. Lantz, I have successfully eradicated the threats. Lucy, thank you, Mr. Lantz. Mr. Lantz, hey kid, is this your comic book? Dustin, oh yeah, I just bought it from Milo's Comic Dungeon. It's the rarest issue of the Galloping Gazelle. In this issue, he takes on Pinky Flamingo, a mad cartoonist gone rogue.
Nice. Is a reference to something in the future, maybe.
Yeah. And I also
Our
wanted to
main
take
theme
place
song
after
by yeah, our
Comic
main
Dungeon too.
and our main theme song for this for the podcast. That's his theme song. Fun fact.
If only I can actually introduce Pinky, that would be great.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
copyright. Oh well.
oh wow. Anyway, Lucy, hey, what's that on the back of the book? Cuts to Quest, and then back to Dustin. Some stupid ad about ants, Mr. Lantz. I wouldn't dismiss ants, kid. Ants have a far more superior skills compared to humans, Dustin, but not smart enough to avoid a magnifying glass. I mean, find the lie, though. Lucy, I think Mr. Lantz is onto something. You can use this for your science project on Tuesday. Dustin, I'd rather do my initial plan of making the solar system out of jawbreakers. Lucy, you just want an excuse to buy candy. Dustin, you make it sound like that's a bad thing.
You make it sound like it's a bad thing. Where did I heard that somewhere before. I can't believe where was it? I don't know.
That's a really common phrase, actually.
Yeah.
I heard it in a lot of things.
Yeah, it's one of those. You always hear it all the time, so.
Yeah, it's kind of like when someone says, "I've always wanted to say that." No, it's a gag.
Yeah, he's right behind me, isn't he? Kind of thing, right?
Yeah, that.
Anyways,
All right,
continue.
next scene is Lucy. Hey, Dustin, did your awesome man star kit come in yet? Dustin, Lucy,
He said
it's
it. He said it.
Saturday. Huh?
Huh?
What did you say?
I said, oh, you said it. You said it. It's like they say the name of the title of the thing.
Oh yeah. He said it. He said it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So that's why it's called
Lucy.
that. That's why
Lucy,
everybody.
it's Saturday. I want to go play video games. Lucy, Dustin, you can't flunk this. You know how Mrs. Mark is like to failing students. Dustin, let's get to work. Lucy, we need to wait for your package from Awesome Ants. Delivery guy, hey girl, are you Dustine? Cuts to Quest.
Dustin. You not know how to spell your name.
And then cuts to Dustin. Is like, it's Dustin, and that's me. Delivery guy, you don't look like a Dusty.
A Dusty
Dustin, it's Dustin.
Wilford.
So that part of the dialogue I actually acquired from Natural Habitat Shorts.
Oh, okay.
So like there's like a star mole cafe, and they did this thing where star moles basically use their noses similar to like eyeballs.
Okay, yeah.
And when the star mole like tries to give the person Andrew his coffee, he's like, Andrew. It's like, I'm Andrew.
Yeah.
You
It's like, you don't look like an Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah, I
It's
am.
like, actually, Andrew is my middle name. And he just like wrinkles his nose all over
Yeah.
Andrew. He's like, ah. It's like, I knew that wasn't Andrew. Lisa, you don't sound like a Lisa.
His nose. His nose too. Yeah, I remember that now. That's funny. And I'm Andrew.
And then like there's like another part where it mentions how hedgehogs are like tolerant, and then like one of the workers at the Star Mole Cafe is like, hey, should we maybe we should help her. And then the Star Mole's like, maybe she should tip better. It's like, huh? What?
Yeah, because she's in, like, she inflates, and she's like, what? I love it too in that episode with Lisa in particular, because they keep having like episodes with her. One of them is that they pretend to nap as if they're dead, and then she's like awkwardly in this position where it's like everyone's dead at the funeral, and she's like, oh, I guess I'm gonna be here now. Wait, this is wrong. She's to be cremated.
Yeah. I think one of my other favorite characters is Patrick, but he's also a really confusing character.
Yeah.
Because his diet is exactly what is needed to be in the particular situation. Like at one point he drinks blood, but at another point he eats bugs.
Oh.
Like his diet is so inconsistent.
Yeah. Oh, is that safe? Totally.
It's like, oh, I'm off this stuff. It's like, is that safe? Totally.
I love it too. It's just like the other one.
Nobody likes my cranberry sauce. Oh, cranberry sauce.
That's what that is.
Cranberry sauce. Yeah, if cranberry sauce was AB positive, because it's blood. Cheers, everyone.
Patrick, did you get all the food? Everybody, like, do you have enough food for everyone in the class? Season.
Patrick, did you bring enough for the whole class? Seize him.
I love that. Yeah, that's funny. Fun facts about animals.
Oh, yeah. I like the one where they had like the fucking axolotls with the scissors.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh my
Emily,
God.
what do you have there? I found scissors. And she like,
where's your brother? I can't fucking believe we have fucking pictures. It's like, oh, they'll grow back. We have pictures today.
Don't worry. Let me just takes out the scissors and just fucking snips everything. It's like, there, all better.
And then you have these pictures, yeah. Yeah.
They did a recent one where there was like a whole bunch of frogs, and
yeah,
like
tarantulas with the frogs. Like, hey, I'm having a conversation.
The tarantula was like farming the frogs.
All right, time to go. I'm having a conversation here. Come on, it's your feet. All right, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, all right, we'll go. Yeah.
All right, so where was I on?
Something about you know.
You don't sound like a Dustin. Dustin. It's Dustin. And then Lucy, are you from Awesome Ants? Delivery guy, no, UPS. But I have a package from Awesome Ants, a starter pack ant terrarium.
Were you looking at my shit? No.
And then Dustin is like, grumble, not a Dustin.
Were you looking at my shit? No.
And then Lucy is just like, Dustin, are you about to ask me why it's almost as big as my house, referring to the terrarium? Lucy, yeah. Dustin, there must be some kind of mistake. I ordered this $5. Now, thing about the starter pack in the TV episode, it was actually canonically stated that the thing actually costed $5,
Oh, fucking
and it was
steal.
like this huge ass terrarium.
Damn. What a
Like
steal.
you couldn't fit this shit inside the house type thing.
For $5. Wow, damn. They must be
Yeah,
giving
it
that
came
shit
with a
away.
fucking guidebook. It came with this like this instruction manual the size of a fucking phone book.
Please take it. You're doing me a favor. I have $5. That perfect. Here you go. Your problem now.
Then back to Lucy. No, the instructions state that this is indeed the starter pack. And then Dustin, those are the instructions? That's as big as the phone book. I don't have time to read all that. Lucy, let's see if I can find some key notes in this book. And then it cuts to Quest, and then back to Lucy. Okay, so according to the guide, all we basically need to do is feed them one blue pellet a day. No more, no less. Dustin. How in the heck are they supposed to survive on one stupid pellet? Lucy. Well, that's what the book says. Dustin. That's stupid. Lucy. The last time you said that was stupid, you nearly turned into a plant. Dustin. Why must you taunt me with past traumas?
It's a reference to an episode. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Number
making episode
14.
references.
Number
See how many you
14.
can guess.
That's fair because I did the same thing with mine. It's just like, oh, you did the thing with Mickey. It's like, are you bringing that shit up? Yeah, this is what we do.
Dustin. Anyway, new set of dialogue. Beep, beep. Oop, time to feed the ants. And then Marty comes along. Hey, Dustin, it's Sunday. Why are you playing with ants? Dustin, I'm not. I'm working on my project for Tuesday. Marty, ha, I already did mine with Aaron. Your ant project will lose to what we have in store. Wait, what are you doing? Dustin, I'm feeding them. Then cuts to Quest, then back to Marty. Feeding them? Are you kidding me? How are they supposed to live off of one stupid pellet? Dustin. Lucy says that the guidebook, Marty. Of course Lucy told you. You're probably starving them to death. Hang on, I'll give them some real food. Drops a hot dog in. Dustin. Marty, I don't know if that's such a good idea. The guidebook says not to overfeed them. Marty. What good comes from reading books when you know better than to give animals less than what they need? And then like the ants devour the entire hot dog in like a few seconds. And then
Mhm.
Dustin, oh wow, they devoured that whole hot dog in seconds. Marty, told ya.
I'm smarter
So
than you,
then,
Lucy.
and then it cuts to Curly again. It's like Monday creeps in, which means that tomorrow is the science fair. Let's see what today has in store for Dustin. And then Dustin, oh no, the lid of the tank broke. What happened? And what happened to the turkey my mom was preparing? Oh, this is bad. Keep cool, Dustin. Maybe mom changed her mind and is planning to make something else. I just need to go to school and prepare my project for tomorrow. In the meantime, good luck getting out of this. Or good luck. Yeah, sorry. Good luck getting out with this cinder block covering your tank. Haha, Dustin. Ants. One, I guess.
Yeah.
Then it cuts to Quest, and then back to Dustin. Man, school is a drag. And then he knows the cinder block broke. And then Dustin, they broke the cinder block. Nani?
Nani? It's Japanese
Oh,
now.
this is so. Oh, this is so bad. I need to call that Awesome Ants company. The operator. Hello, Awesome Ants customer support. How may I help you? Hey, I may have overfed the ants, and now I think they're breaking out of the tank. Any suggestions?
You're fucked, kid. Wait, what did you that depends. What did you feed him? A hot dog. Oh my god. You feed him 2 pellets, that's fine. A hot dog? You're fucked, kid. I'm sorry. Bye.
Operator.
Right.
The operator. You did what? You did? Did you not read the guidebook?
Oh, I'm
Dustin,
gonna overdo
in fairness, I'm a kid, and that thing's as thick as my head. Wait, I phrased that wrong. Operator,
me no English.
you have any idea what you've done? You've doomed us all. Dustin, hello,
I mean,
hello, hello. And then he checks to find the phone cord bitten off. Uh oh.
Mm.
The cord's been chewed. Great. First ants, now mice. And then sees like this big ant. And then Dustin's like, nope, it's still ants. And this one's as big as my head. Yeah, that one's better. And then it cuts to Quest. And then back to Dustin. I need to find my way to stop, or I need to find a way to stop these ants. The ant growls at him. And then Dustin's like, yeah, on second thought, I'm not sticking around here. Maybe Lucy can help me. And then he runs off to find Lucy, screaming her name. And then you hear like a screeching from the ants. Then Deuce, God damn it, Dustin keeps screaming for Lucy and is like, "Oh, Lucy, where are you?" Ants screeching around. Dustin, more ants. Where's that crazed exterminator, Mr. Lantz? Mr. Lantz. And then he bumps into the fake ant. And then Dustin's like, oh wait, that's the fake ant on his truck. And then the fake ant starts moving and screeching.
Oh, God.
Now, this is why I fucking hate this thing, because in the episode, this fucking thing does move.
Like, robotically, or just actually just turned alive?
No, the thing is, it's entirely made of plush, but it moves.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
bruh, no.
Yeah, plush
creepy.
moves? That's nasty.
No, like, that shit's creepy. Like, don't do that shit.
I was laughing earlier because I got to the bit with the Family Guy quote. It's like, why are you looking at me like that? It's like, yeah, that's how far we're at the end of the episode over here with the premiere. Oh well, mind you, some time has passed too. So, anyways, yeah.
After the next quest, Dustin wakes up and finds out that it's all a dream. It's like, oh, it was all, I just dreamt all that. What a relief. So when he goes to like pour out his cereal, like his cereal is like all these blue pellets. It's like, huh? What? Why is my cereal replaced with these blue pellets? And then you hear like more ants screeching. It's like, oh, and he looks outside and he sees like this whole he sees like everyone in Horror Town inside like this big ass terrarium with all these ants looking over them.
Yeah, and then you got the sleep matcher going like, "This isn't a dream. Your whole life was a dream. This is real. This is real. Your life was your whole life was a dream. This is real."
But it turns out that that whole scenario was also a dream, because the reason why is because he was like overly stressed trying to come up with this project, because he too is one of those I work under pressure type people.
Just like me. He's like me.
He's like me, for real, for real.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he ends up finishing his project, but the thing is, it turns out that there are no ants inside that terrarium. Instead, all of the ants have burrowed underground and are still growing. See, that's the twist.
Oh my god. Oh
Oh
my
yeah,
god.
Also, Dustin got an F because there were no ants in the terrarium.
Dun, 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 dun. Well, that's how I end this stuff all the time, so it makes sense.
Anyway, yeah, that's about it.
That's fun. Yay.
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 Unfortunately, I didn't have anything planned for Mr. Lantz, but that's
That's
about
fine. It's weird. Mr. Lantz was just there, and he's like, it's like, you get this character. What does he do? Nothing. He's just there.
I did want to put in something for Mr. Lantz, but I couldn't. But
Yeah. I did something
because of
similar.
time constraint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did that with I know. Didn't you do that with
Hardesty.
Mrs. Hardesty?
Yeah. Although to be fair for me, I simply said, "Hey, just do this." What was it? I had a thought. Hold on. I just basically said, just take it from the books, and there you go. And then we joked about how, like, wait a minute, you died in the book. How are you alive now? I'm not. And it just disappears. Like you hear the Back to the Future ring. Are you alive? I'm not.
Anywho, yeah, that was awesome ants. What do you think?
Yay! I love it. It's cute. It's like one of those what if stories, right? And it's just like it ends with a twist. like usually. Like Zoroaster would be proud.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I want,
I think RL Senpai would be really proud of me.
yeah.
He'll notice me for sure.
Yeah. What's weird is that I remember R.L.'s, like, there was a thing with R.L. Stein where he was just like, what was it? There was a thing where he was talking about how he was making, like, he was drawing stuff, and he's just like, you suck at drawing, you shouldn't draw. And so that's why I skipped writing. And then the teacher said, stop writing, and I kept writing. In fact, if they didn't say anything, I would stop. I don't know. I had a thing going on there, and I forgot.
But yeah, I like some of the funny quotes I have for Dustin. Like, that book was as thick as my head. Wait,
Yeah,
I phrased that wrong.
nice.
And then the whole Dustine thing. It's like, you don't sound like a Dustine.
You don't sound like a Justine. What were you thinking? What were you doing? Ants farm?
And then the whole, oh, you just want an excuse why I can't. You make it sound like that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
And of course, the Hood classic. What? I was making a mental note to get ice cream with nuts next time. What were you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what, yeah, I was just doing other things. Yeah. Fun indeed. Yeah, so that's it. Like, I mean, we can make up a story real quick for, like, Mr. Lantz, what could happen to him.
uh, I feel like he would have like this weird conspiracy arc where he's like going on about how Awesome Ants is like this evil company that like supports ant superiority type shit. And they're just baiting stupid, naive kids to overfeed them.
Yeah.
But it turns out, like, during the events of like Dustin's thing afterwards, he was like, see, I told you. And
Yeah.
like at one point during the fucking science fair, Mr. Lantz appears to uh, Dustin and was like, you know what, kid, I'm actually kind of disappointed in you. How are you going to show a project about ants without ants? It's like, hey, they all just vanished. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah. You make me sick. It's like he did it on purpose with his giant ant. Like he wanted, you know what it is? The guy wanted his giant ant waifus. It's like, yes, now
Yeah.
you can be the macro, and I will be the small one. You for me.
Yeah, he's holding his fucking ant waifu body pillow. It's like, you make me sick.
Doing that joke with what we joked about before, which is the old man. Like, I
Yeah,
love how you and I know
I was
exactly what we're talking about.
expecting big titty ant waifus, and you disappoint me with this.
Getting squashed by your thorax. I'm disappointed. Oh God, we are horrible people. Awful, awful people. You, you horrid man.
That actually reminds me of this one scene from a TV show called Puppets Who Kill,
Yeah,
where there was like a neighbor of the halfway house. I kind of forgot his name. I think, oh, it was Phil. Anyway, Phil was like, "Oh, with my leader or with my guidance, I can make you all upstanding civilians and outstanding members of society." And fuck, what was his name again? Dan, right? Dan was just like, "Oh, come on, these guys don't want to change. They like who they are." And then like they each like were like disappointed with how they turned out. Like, uh, Buttons was like, "I don't like who I am," and then Rock was like, "Yeah, I don't mind changing," and then Bill is just like, "I hate what I've become." That last part is like definitely me. It's like, I hate what I've become.
yeah. I hate how I
But yeah,
become.
but at the same time, I kind of don't hate it either. But well, that's
Oh yeah,
just personal reasons.
yeah, yeah.
Anywho,
Cool art though. I'll give it that.
yeah, cool art.
Story was okay, but the art, oh man, that was something. You know what's funny though? Not every like like even updates we come up with, not everything has to be a banger, right? So sometimes we'll get
Yeah.
stuff. It'll be interesting by the end of the year what we come up with because I'm sure this will not be the worst one for sure. This is probably like in that middle tier, but I swear to God, there'll be one update we will do that is fucking horrible. It'd be like, why
Yeah,
did
we'd
we
probably
do
get
that?
like something worse than Wax Museum.
Walk Museum was like a nothing burger. I was like, that was what happened. And then, yeah. You know what we should do? We should probably try to revisit that again, maybe in the future, or
No,
something. We could do
I've brought
something.
that up before. I brought that up
Yeah,
before.
yeah, we can probably do something like
Where-
that, maybe. But
Yeah, where
anywho,
we like tackle some of the old ones where we think that we were very lackluster in, and just like redo them.
yeah. Anywho,
I still
um,
also want to do that whole Ghost Beach one where we compare like two different ideas.
yeah, because both updates didn't have fucking what's his face, Mister. I'm not a ghost Sadler. Harrison, I'm not a ghost Sadler. And he did a cool ass design. I think I showed him off, but yeah, it's just yeah, I
Yeah,
had a better idea. No.
and then there was also
Something
the Don't Go to Sleep one too.
yeah, yeah, I remember that. We were supposed to do that
But
this year, but
unfortunately, we can't.
no,
But
we had
unfortunately,
other
that won't be
plans.
for a while because we already have like a schedule.
Yeah, we already had a schedule, and honestly, it's just like it's interesting too because I think
Maybe in season 3.
yeah, I think what was it? I think I was the one who's supposed to be doing that one at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the way I kind of envisioned that one was probably more in details. It might change in the future, but I kind of had a like the whole secret agency type thing, because I thought the PD, like the reality police, would have been interesting as far as like a secret society type thing, like like an SCP type of scenario. So I kind of
Okay.
thought it would be interesting if the game broke. Like you're kind of starting his story is like, Marty's gonna go upstairs, sleep in the bed, and all of a sudden it's fucking glitches out, and it's just like you get put in this secret organization. It's like, okay, look, there's something going on here. Just just pretend you're playing the game while we do this secretly. Like
Oh,
you're like, ooh,
I can imagine like at that point, like when before it cuts to the agent guy, the game seemingly looks like it's breaking by glitching and then having the screen like do like a judder a bit, and
yeah,
then it just like cuts to the reality police agent.
this is not a game. Yeah, and what's interesting too is that I can always see that like the other thing too is one of the gimmicks was remember way back when we might talk about this in the future when we ran out of ideas, but one of the things was that got the what was this Cynthia Jones mystery going on, right? Like you got robot Cynthia, but it's like real Cynthia is
Yeah.
dead for all we know. It's been
Yeah,
interesting
right.
because one of the things they brought up was an Agent X. That's what fucking Shark was looking for. Like, what? Who the fuck is Agent X? It's like you could. I was gonna think that you'd be dubbed Agent X, and it's like, oh, we are the agent. We were the agents that he was looking for, but he had no idea. Well, we didn't even know until now.
Wow. We were
Wow.
so secret that we didn't know.
Yeah,
And
even the
we're the
guy we were
agent.
looking for didn't know. Only Curly knows. In fact, even
Only
he doesn't
Curly
know.
knew.
Yeah, and then you get one of the characters, which I think was going to be like the guy had the main character be the character there, and he had an interesting idea when it came to the Sleep Master being involved, which I can totally see that. But for me, it was
Yeah.
basically the only girl character that was mentioned in that story, which was I think starts with an L. I can't for the life of me remember what it was again. But yeah, her would be, and I had an interesting idea what she could look like as far as her design goes, just because I had this vision in my head, like I seen this character, and I'm just like, this has got to be it. So, you know what? I'll try next year. I'll try doing that. I'll try next year, probably as soon as possible, as soon as humanly possible, but no promises. Uh, yeah, yeah,
But yeah, that's probably something we're gonna most likely do for season 3.
yeah. Anyways. I think that's it. I don't know what else
Yeah,
we can do, right?
that's about it.
All right. Well, that was the Awesome Ants episode, and the bugs and all that stuff, creepy crawlies. I
Yeah.
guess now it's time to do the reveal of the next episode. It's a me episode now, and
Yeah. It's a
problem is
me.
I've been too busy with other stuff. So let's hope to God I get it done on time.
Yeah.
Okay, roll the clip.
Wow! It looks like Michael Jackson's coming right at me!
Another Family Guy clip. I'm sorry. I guess. How can I?
God, we just cursed with the Family Guy.
Why
Man,
can't I
this
do a
is worse than the
Simpsons
time that
joke
we
for
were on the
once?
HTTV podcast.
Yeah, it's the Peter Griffin show now. Peter.
I'm in this episode too.
Yeah. Peter, remember the time?
Peanut.
What the fuck?
Hey, Peter. Remember the
Remember the
time?
time? Hey, Peter.
Remember the time?
Hey, Peter,
Peter.
remember the time? Yeah.
Hey, Peter. Remember the time?
Giggity.
Giggity.
You know what's wait, okay? I don't know if this is a new I think this is a new episode from the season. By the way, like Simpsons, them, American Dad, 4 more seasons. Fucking hell. But anyways, I think the newer season had the library character basically out
Yes.
Quagmire and Quagmire, and I was like,
Yes.
I was like, "Are you sure you can do the Glenn?" I'm roll ready. He's like,
Question is, can you handle me? And then he just like dies from like a
guys,
fucking
what the hell
orgasm
happened to
goose.
him? I could never seen this guy. He didn't stand a chance. He still looks good with a diaper, though. Thank you. I love it. And he's just like, he loses his giggity rights and all that stuff, and he's crying. It's just like, wait,
Yeah.
I want to know who the fuck owns a giggity right now? A giggity. It's like, you know what? Good for them.
Giggity.
You know what? Good for
Good.
them. They earned this.
Giggity people are embracing change.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, good for them. I love that. Like, yeah, and apparently when you're a loser, you get a message by what's his face. He's like he's the face of our stuff. He's like, don't worry, Craigmire. It's like, thank you. Yeah, yeah, that's for another time maybe. That's it for now. So I guess we'll end it. So I've been Grim.
And I'm Mr.Ring A Ding. I make your
I'm
mouth sing.
sing and
Make me laugh, so take my autograph. So hear my jokes, my lovely folks, cause I know just one thing. No, I am he that's Mr.Ring A Ding.
I broke them. That's a wrap.
Yeah, see ya.